everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today is going to be a really fun video. Today, and a little bit long, but I'll have timestamps. Today I'm going to talk about and do a compare and contrast with all of the balms, shiny lipsticks, sheer lipstick type of formulas that have come out lately. Similar to my take on all the foundations that came out in January, I thought it might be helpful to go through these and see the differences and the similarities between all of the recent, most of them are called balms, but some of them have different names. We'll get into that. But they're basically shiny, balmy types of lipsticks. And I feel like that is a little bit of a trend. You know, we have more of this dewy, kind of no makeup look on one end. We also have sort of an over-the-top makeup look on the other end, but there's always that, right? So all these brands have come out with these products literally in the last 6 weeks. There are some that were released a little bit before that I am going to include just because I think they're important to include because I think they're very similar formulas. And I'm also going to compare to some of the lipstick formulas that have come out in like 2021 that are similar. So we'll get into what those are. So in no particular order, we have the Yves Saint Laurent Candy Glaze lips. We have the Sisley Phyto Rouge Shine lips. We have the Dior Balms. We have the Hermes Shiny lips. We have the Makeup by Mario Serum Infused. I think they're called lip balms, but they're serum infused. We have the Chanel Cocoa Balms. We have the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Balm. And then we have the Dolce & Gabbana balms. So like I said, there's a lot of balms being thrown around here. I'm also going to include in the conversation the Cocoa Flashes, the Chanel Cocoa Flashes, the Gucci, I never called it the Lip Shine Lip Care lipsticks. I'll get the right name. The Chantecaille Lip Chics. We'll talk about the new ones that came out with the Giraffe collection because I think those are most like these other ones. And the Dior Lip Glows. My understanding is that the Dior Lip Glows, there's going to be like new refillable ones. I don't have it in my most recent Will I Buy It because I got notified that they were coming after I filmed the Will I Buy It, of course. But I have a feeling that they're going to be similar to the ones that came before it. We'll find out. So let's start by going through. I have a list. So let's start with the most expensive one, and that is the Hermes. So these are Hermes Shiny Lipsticks. There are 3 limited edition shades, and then of course there's the Poppy that came out before. We'll get into that in a minute. And its melting texture provides a translucent and luminous finish with a fresh feel, like a delicately tinted veil of light on the lips. That's how they explain it, not me. All right, so let's start. So we've got 3 shades. The Beige Dough is the lightest of the shades. Now, if you haven't seen the Hermes lipsticks before, they all have this like color blocking kind of thing. These are limited edition, so they'll have different colors, and they are refillable. So you can keep the case and put whatever you want in there, whatever Hermes lipstick you want in there later. So these, this is the lightest shade. And we'll start here. Okay, so that's the shade. You can see it's pretty light, but it's really pretty on the lips. I've worn it in some videos, and I really do like the formula. I think it's very nice. I will compare it to the ones that came out last year, which I did not like. Okay, then we have the Rose Nymphea, which is the very like pink shade. It looks much pinker in the case than it looks in the on the lips. So I will show you, but it is definitely more pigmented than the Beige Dough. You can see, definitely has more pigment. Okay, and then we have the Orange Capucine, which looks most like Poppy that came out before. Those are the 3 new shades. The formula is very comfortable, very light, feels good on the lips. The Beige Dough, of course, is the most nude. On me, it kind of looks just like a shiny lip, but very pretty, very easy to wear, and comfortable lip. It is a lip balm, so it has a very light texture on the lips, and they are $72. So, you know, it's an expensive lip balm. It's an expensive shiny lip. This is the Poppy, and I'll show you the bullet in just a second. It has more sparkle to it, and it's a little lighter than the Cappuccino. That's what it looks like. You can see it has more sparkle than these new shiny lips. Now, in comparison to the ones that came out before, and these weren't called shiny, they were called lip enhancers. I actually have all three. I can only find two of them right now. So I have Rose Tan and Rose Diet. Rose Tan. So let me just show you. These are much more of a matte formula. This is my favorite. This was Rose Tan because I felt like it actually showed up. The other shades, I didn't really feel like you really got any color, and I wasn't really thrilled with them. Like this one, I don't think there's enough there for the expense. But anyway, so you can see the difference. These are more pigmented. They have a shine to them because they're shiny. They're about the same pigment when it comes to like the beige dough. It's very light. But they're all, you know, they've got that very light, balmy kind of look. The formulas that came out before, the enhancers, just have like a creamy feel to them. They feel comfortable on the lips, but for the price point, I just don't think they're worth it. You know, for these, again, they're $72. Whether or not they're worth it is subjective. But I will put the pink one on so you can see how that looks. I think that's the most pigmented of all three. They're not, like I said, none of them are super pigmented, but that's what, you know, we're dealing with when we're talking about balms. So this is the Rose Nymphaea. Goes on very smoothly. It's almost like a Barbie pink on the lips. Things go cooler on me, so keep that in mind, but that's how the pink looks. The rose looks. Rose Nymphaea. There's no scent, there's no plumping, there's no, you know, mint, there's nothing. It's just a shiny, balmy lip. It feels comfortable. I like the product. And these are the three new shades. Here's the Poppy, and here's the two enhancers from last year. I cannot find the third one. I have it somewhere, but okay. The next price point down is the Sisley. Now these are the Sisley Phyto Rouge Shines. Okay, now I did do an entire video on the new Sisley products, including the foundation, the Cushion Foundation, which I am wearing now. It is a beautiful foundation. Really do love it. There are 12 shades. These are also refillable. And they say, due to the Hydro Booster Complex composed of hyaluronic acid and konjac glucosamine microspheres, lips immediately look plumped and smooth. With repeated application, lips feel increasingly nourished, soft, and protected from external aggressions. And they, like I said, they're $60. So I have 3 shades. Now, there are 12 shades, and I actually might pick up the other shades. This is 12. This is Sheer Cocoa. And one of the reasons I'm thinking about picking up the other shades is I've noticed that they have different finishes. And when I was talking to the SA, she, you know, indicated that's also true. This is 10. This is the nude. So like the nude has like sparkle to it, and you can see it. And then 10 and 12 Sheer Cocoa is more just like it looks almost like a satin. And then you have 21, which is rosewood, and it has more of like a sheen. So each one of them actually has kind of a different finish to them, which I think is great. And like I said, you have 12 different shades, and they're really beautiful. Sisley also makes just a great product. I think Sisley hits it out of the park with practically everything that they do, especially if you're interested in skincare products. You know, most of their products are infused with some type of skincare, which I think is awesome. So I think the closest shade of these, comparing it to sort of the Hermes, would probably be the Rosewood. It's the pinkier shade of the ones that I picked up. But I think there were other shades in the Sicily that definitely had more of this pink look to it. What I would say about the Hermes is that as it sits on the lip, it feels very comfortable. It feels very nourishing. But I wouldn't say necessarily that my lips look plumper. But it doesn't feel uncomfortable, and I think it wears pretty much like a balm wears. So these are going to come off pretty quickly. But I think the Sicilies on the whole are more pigmented than the Hermes. The nude one is, very light, but it has that shimmer to it that I think is really beautiful. So I think if I had to pick over the Hermes for the Sicily at this price point, because the Hermes are 72 and these are 60, I'd go with the Sicily. That's just me. But I will say the Hermes packaging is really pretty and very unique. So let me put on the Rosewood for you guys. I will certainly tell you that taking on and off lip balms is definitely easier than the Chanel Tenues that I did like forever ago. I'm never doing that again. Okay, so here's the Rosewood. I think you can tell that it's shinier than the Hermes. I mean, this one is. I don't know if they all are. That's, depends. I think it does depend on the shade. But it has more, it does look shinier when, they're Phyto Shine lipsticks. So they do look shinier than the Hermes shiny lipsticks. But I do think it has a similar texture. Very smooth, very comfortable, light on the lips. Feels very nourishing. It feels like, like a skincare balm for your lips. I do really like it. And the shades, you have 12 shades to choose from. So you have a lot of shades. And it is refillable, like the Hermes. Next down, the Chanel Coco Balm, spelled B-A-U-M-E. I did pick up 3 shades when this was launched. There are 7 shades. And they refer to them as containing a deeply hydrating oil made from fruit and olive leaves that features restorative and antioxidant properties for better looking lips day after day. The finish transforms from sheer to shiny to opaque and subtly luminous as the formula's benefits are absorbed. It's kind of an interesting way of describing. So like I said, I only picked up 3 of the shades because I'm trying to be more reasonable these days. I picked up 914, 916, and 924. So let's take a look. They look like this. These are not refillable, and they are $42. Let's move my hand around a little bit. 914 is my favorite shade because it is a warmer, brownier shade. We have 916, which is more of a coral. And then we have 924, which is a deeper, has more pink to it. Now, although these are referred to as balms, I think you can see that these are more pigmented than the Hermes or even the Sicily, but they're not as shiny. They have more of a finish like the Hermes enhancers in the fact that they have a balmy finish, but they're not a shiny finish. They're very comfortable on the lips. The thing about the fruit and olive leaf oil, they are very comfortable, and I do feel like they last a pretty long time, and I think they feel like really good on the lips, but I wouldn't say they have this shine that the Hermes have or the Sicily, frankly. All right, so let me put on the Fall for Me, which is probably the pinkiest, we're gonna stick with pinky today, of the shades that I picked up. All right, let's put this one on. And you can immediately feel that this one is more balm-like, less shiny, more balm-like. And when it says sheer and shiny to opaque and subtly luminous, as the formula's benefits are absorbed, I get what it's saying. So I'm gonna put on a little bit more. You get a balmy, a little bit shiny. I wouldn't really say it's shiny. I think the other formulas are shiny. I think this formula is more, I'd say more luminous, but it has this balmy kind of texture to it that really looks really pretty on the lips and very comfortable. As you wear it though, it does actually sink into the lips, and I actually think it gives more, I wouldn't say opaque, but it definitely has more coverage than the Hermes or the Sicily. And I think you can see that just based on swatch. They have more pigment to them. The Sisleys are definitely, especially the Rosewood and the number 10, shinier. The Hermes are, pretty shiny as well. Next, we have the Dior colored lip balms. That's how they're referring to them. They are $39. There are 20 shades. There are limited edition shades, and I'll get to that in a minute. And there are different finishes. They have like a satin, a matte finish. I think they call it natural and matte. Anyway, there are different finishes for this one. There are 20 different shades. And Dior describes it as the first Dior colored lip balm featuring a formula enriched with a floral complex concentrated in peony, pomegranate flower, fig blossom, and red hibiscus flowers extracts for a more beautiful lips throughout the day. Composed of 95% natural origin ingredients, Rouge Dior Colored Lip Balm provides a soothing effect and delivers 24 hours of hydration. There are little asterisks after that, but I don't know what that exactly means. Here's the finishes. Available in matte, satin, and velvet. The result of a breakthrough formulations, it smooths and naturally enhances lips. So you have different finishes. So again, with the Sisley and the Hermes, they're described as shine and shiny. So they're supposed to be that way. The Chanel's are described as balms. So, they have this kind of finish. The Dior's have different finishes, and there is a limited edition balm in this limited edition packaging. I think it's gone now. I think it's impossible to get. I'm not absolutely sure of that, so don't quote me on it. This was $7.28 New Rose, and I went on about this and on and about this when it came out. I have 2 of them. I should have bought more. It's an absolutely perfect shade for me, and I absolutely love it, but it has a satiny finish. Then the other ones that I picked up are Dior Bloom. It's a satin balm, and then I picked up Dior Essence, which is also a satin balm. So I did not pick up the matte and velvet balms. They are available. You can find them on the Dior site. They are in this regular packaging. So I don't have the matte and velvet finish to the balms because for me, I like a satiny kind of look. A balm is fine. Like this is the cocoa balm. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But that's like a natural kind of finish, but I don't want something that's really a matte or velvet balm. That's just not really me. So anyway, so let me show you the 3 shades that I picked up. Like I said, I have Dior Bloom. Really pretty pink shade. I have Dior Essence, which is basically, it looks like Barbie pink, but really there's nothing there. It's like the lightest of nothings. It's basically for when you want just, pretty nothing balm on your face. It's kind of the one works really well for just, carrying around. And then here's the limited edition New Rose, which is my favorite. It's a beautiful shade, very comfortable. And I think you can see that these have what I would call a satin finish, right? And you can't really see this one, but it's a satiny kind of feel. Like it kind of looks more like the balms that are in the Cocoa Balms. They have that kind of satiny finish. Very pretty, very comfortable, very natural, but not as shiny as the Fido Rouge Shines from Sisley or the Hermes Shiny Lipsticks, which, totally makes sense because they're not described that way. But I really do think they're very comfortable on the lips. I really like the Dior Shine, the Dior Satin formula. I will pick up a Velvet and Matte eventually to try out, but I just don't think, I don't really love that feel to my lips. If I'm going to go with a balm, it's going to be satiny or it's going to be shiny. That's just me. All right, so let me try on, I'll do the, I'll use the Dior Bloom because I've used the New Rose a bunch of times. I'm not sure you can get the Bloom either, but I think the New Rose is going to be harder to get. So either way, you've seen the New Rose a bunch of times. So let's do the Dior Bloom. There we go. It has kind of a light pink. It looks a little bit like the Hermes actually on the lips. You can see this, the colors are similar. This one has a little bit more brown to it. This has a little bit more bright pink, but on the lips, it looks kind of similar. Not as shiny, more balmy, looks more like the Chanel Cocoa Bombs. The Dior and the Cocoa Bombs, I think, look very similar, in my opinion, in finish and how they look. Like I said, there are 20 different shades and there are velvet and matte finishes, so that kind of is a unique aspect to the Dior that none of the other ones have. None of the other ones have different finishes. Sisley has some that are more shiny, I know, and there's like this one's more, this one's more satin, this is more sparkly, but they're still all Fido Rouge Shine lipsticks. The Dior lip balms literally are described as different finishes. I haven't tried the velvet matte, so I can't speak to them, but I'm gonna assume they're quite different in their finish. I forgot to put in, my mistake, the Dolce & Gabbana, which is $41. This is the Sheer Lips lipstick. It comes in only 4 shades, like I said, $41. And it's described as a hydrating lip product which glides on with the smooth texture of a balm and filmed with supercharged ingredients so lips look and feel as soft as a petal. The floral-inspired shade contains delicate pigments that recreate the transparency and sheer hue of a flower. So I'm going to mention there are 4 shades. The shade that I have is Lovely Tulip, I think. Is it? Yes, Lovely Tulip. And it has the beautiful packaging on it. So these are tulips on the cap, which just, really nice touch. When they have one that's peonies, and so there's peonies on the cap. You get it. This one is, I've only seen it available at Harrods, and the pigment in here is very light. This is Tulip, and it's very, very sheer. That's not a surprise because it's called a sheer lip lipstick. So this one, I would say, is most like just a sheer lipstick. It definitely does feel balmy. It is comfortable to wear, but you can just see that this has less pigment than practically anything up here except for the Hermes Enhancer lips. I think it most has like the pigment like the Hermes Enhancer lips, but it is shiny. It's very comfortable on. It feels really nice. I really like the lipstick. I also feel like it's got a beautiful packaging to it. But I only have one of them, and like I said, they're only available, I've only seen them available at Harrods, and they're $41. Okay, so we have 3 more brand new ones to get through, and then we'll talk about some of the older formulas, and I'll show you the comparisons. So next down in price, we have the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Balm Lipsticks. They are $38. There are 6 shades. They're described as a hyaluronic hydra balm combines the plumping hydration power of a lip balm with the color and shine of a lipstick. These lips are left soft and shiny with a sheer color. 6 shades, and it's a vegan formula made in Italy. A water gloss complex delivers a glossy wet look while crystal color micropigments create a clear, even color for natural looking lips. Infused with hyaluronic acid, the hyaluronic hydra balm imparts a soft wash of color and nourished lips, while UV defense provides protective action for healthier lips. It's fascinating. So I have 3 shades. There are 6 shades. These are maybe my favorite. It's between, there's 2 that I'm fighting against. I haven't been able to figure out which one's my favorite yet. So I have 3, 4, and 5. So I probably need to pick up 1, 2, and 6. So the first one, 3, is Tea Time. Tea Time, as you can see, is a warm, almost like coppery color. 4 is Dare to Bear, which is the color I'll probably use today because I think it's the pinkest. And then the one that's my favorite that I have, 5, which is Secret Kiss. This is the one I've used the most. These are quite pigmented. They do have the color and shine of a lipstick. You can see they are pretty pigmented, as the Cocoa Bombs, a little bit more pigmented in my opinion. They do have a shine. They are very comfortable. The hyaluronic balm, just the hyaluronic acid that's in here is very comfortable on the lips. They do make my lips feel very nourished, and I think they do look like a crystal. They have like a glossy, wet look. that the others don't really get to, except for one other. I'll show you in a minute. But I really, really like these. I think they're beautiful, beautiful on the lips. And like I said, the 5 is my favorite. So I have 3, 4, and 5. I think I'm gonna pick up the other shades in this because I really do like the formula, and I think it looks really gorgeous on the skin. So let me put on 4, which is Dare to Bear. I think that's the pinkiest. All right, this is the By Terry Dare to Bear. As you can see, it's very shiny. Really pretty color, very comfortable on the lips. The hyaluronic acid just makes everything look like a little plump. Just really comfortable. I really like the formula. So, and I think these are the most pigmented of the ones we've tried. The Chanel Cocoa Bombs are very close. Now, like the Sisley, if you look at the sheer cocoa, that's quite a bit pigmented, and I think matches and almost looks identical to my favorite color. In the By Terry, the number 5, they're incredibly close. They're very similar colors. So I'm definitely, that's why I was drawn to the sheer cocoa in that. But I would tell you that, you know, they're all like stunning colors, but the ones that I'm drawn to are the sheer cocoa and Sisley, the 5 Secret Kiss in By Terry. And if you look, the new Rose in the Dior has a very similar shade to it as well. They all look kind of alike. So those are the shades that I, you know, go towards. But if you're looking for like dupes, I would say if you couldn't get the new Rose in the Dior, the number 5 in the By Terry or the sheer cocoa in the Sisley are pretty close. All right, so next price down, we have the Yves Saint Laurent Candy Glazes. There are 6 shades. It says, treat your lips with high color, a glaze of visible shine, and a balm-like nourishing care for up to 24 hours. Candy Glaze Lip Gloss Stick fuses hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and mango oil into a visible high shine gloss that melts onto lips. Mango and pomegranate extract add a subtle fragrance with a click format for freshness with each use. I'll explain what that is in a second. If you're allergic to mango or pomegranate, I have a friend who is allergic to mango, don't buy these. You will have an allergic reaction. So I picked up 2 shades out of the 6 shades. I have the lightest shade in 02, and then I have the shade in 04. I bought actually 2 04s because I liked the shade so much. So they're 02 is Healthy Glow Plumper, 4 is Nude Pleasure. So the 2, like I said, is it's very, very light. You'll see in a minute that it basically doesn't have that much color to it. The 4 is, I absolutely love the shade. So here's the 2. Now listen to it click. So you know that that is clicking it up and it's coming out of the bullet. You can click it back down. All of these could go up and go down. This one, you hear this click though. So you know that you're pushing it up to a certain point, and then you can click it back down. So the 02, there's the bell, I'll put it right here. 02, as you can see, there's really nothing there. It's just like a clear gloss, but it's a very shiny clear gloss. It looks similar to the Dior Essence, where there's really nothing there, but you can see there's a tiny little bit. It kind of looks like the nude and the Sisley, but less color. You can see it's just like it's almost like, just a clear gloss, but it has a little bit to it, like the little bit there, which I really, really like. And then the 04, again, click, so you can see it go up, but you can click it back down. The 04 is this gorgeous shade. And you can see it's very similar to the Sisley Sheer Cocoa, the New Rose, and the number 5 in the By Terry, because I just seem to like that shade. That seems to be the shade that I go for. It's what I like. I mean, what can you say? So today I will use 02 so you can see how it looks on the lips, because it is a pinky shade. It's just a barely there pinky shade. Okay, so we're putting on 02 in the Yves Saint Laurent. You can see how it's shiny, absolutely does have like a candy glaze to it. And it does make your lips look plump. It also has that watermelon scent. that the Yves Saint Laurent Volupte Rouge Shines have. It's the exact same watermelon. It smells to me like a Jolly Rancher. Love the smell. I love the scent, but if you don't like it, and of course if you're allergic to mango, not your thing. Okay, the last on the list is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. I would say these are probably the most unique of all of these. I'll explain. They're $22. Let's just take a look at everything we have on our arm so far. $22. They are 7 shades, cruelty-free, moisturized and plumping shea butter, avocado oil, refined kiwi oil, and argan oil. Nourish, hydrate, and condition. The thing about these is that there is a minty tingling thing going on. So I'll explain. So they say that it's free of parabens, formaldehydes, phthalates, mineral oil, all that good stuff. They're vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free. And I mentioned the oils that are in here. The thing that it doesn't say about the plumping, it says plumping, high shine finish, hydrating, and cruelty-free. It's on Sephora, completely sold out online. I got these actually on my trip. And like I was able to get all the shades except for one, the Rose Glow, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 shades. I couldn't get Rose Glow and Plum Glow. Those are the 2 that I could get. The thing about these, you do crank them up, but they don't go back down. So unlike the Yves Saint Laurents that you could click so you can hear them going up, the Yves Saint Laurents go back down. These do not. So don't keep clicking because you can't get it to go back down. All right, so I'm gonna show you on my arm. Let's do up here. This is Bronze Glow. These are the most shiny of all of them. Mauve Glow. We've got Apricot Glow. Bear Glow. And Mocha Glow. And like I said, I couldn't get plum or rose. Okay. So as you can see, they are super shiny. Shinier than anything except for the Yves Saint Laurent Candy Glaze. The Yves Saint Laurent Candy Glaze is very shiny. Very, very shiny. And I actually love the Yves Saint Laurent formula. The smell and scent I love, and I love the look, which is why I got 2 of the 4s. But the Makeup by Mario's, I have to tell you, I do love the way they look on the lip. Super shiny. Super, super shiny. And really very pretty, very comfortable, and they really do plump your lips like the Yves Saint Laurent. They're not as pigmented as the Candy Glaze. But like I said, they're completely sold out online, so you're gonna have to go into Sephora to find them. I'm sure they're gonna come back online eventually, but for now, they are sold out online. Now, I think the pinkest one, because I couldn't get the Rose Glow one, it's between the Mocha and the Bronze. I think the Mocha. Well, let's do the Mocha. All right, here's the Mocha Glow in Makeup by Mario. Okay, now, there is a warming, minty, tingly feeling to these once you put them on your lips. And I'm not sure what that is. I didn't see it in the highlighted ingredients because it says shea butter, avocado oil, refined kiwi oil, argan oil. They nourish, hydrate, and condition. But the plumping part, there's a tingling, minty, not burning, it doesn't burn, it's tingling, that I think is associated with the plumping. You can feel it. It's like, you know, camphor oil. I'm old, but you know what I'm talking about? Like that, you know, when you rub it and it would like tingle and be like a little warm. That's what it is. So I associate that with the plumping. I think that's what it's doing. It doesn't hurt. It's not painful, and I have very dry lips, which is maybe why I feel it, and like other people might not even feel it. But what I would say though, if you don't like that, if you don't like that plumping, tingling sensation, this is the only one that has it out of all the other ones I reviewed. This is the only one. But you can see how shiny it is. And it is very comfortable after the tingling settles. The tingling at first is a little, it's not annoying, it's just, you feel it and you feel this kind of warmth, but then it's gone. It is not as pigmented as the Yves Saint Laurent. The Yves Saint Laurent Candy Glaze is just as, well, not just as shiny, but it's close to being as shiny. And you don't have any tingling, and it goes back down, and it's more pigmented. So personally, I'd pick the Yves Saint Laurent. But again, there's a price difference. The Yves Saint Laurent is, and hopefully I was putting this below every time I did it, but the Yves Saint Laurent is $35. These are $22. So, and the Yves Saint Laurent has the mango and pomegranate. This one doesn't really, no, I don't smell anything. The Yves Saint Laurent also has the watermelon scent. So what I would say of all of these, right, and I'm going to do some comparison to some older products that we have, but I would say the Makeup by Mario and the Candy Glaze from Yves Saint Laurent are the shiniest of all of them. They look like a glazed donut. I love the way they look. I love the finish, but I'm just saying, they're very shiny. The makeup, the Hermes, the new ones, have a beautiful shiny finish. Not super shiny, not like these, but very nice, very pretty finish. And they're very comfortable and they're refillable, but they are $72. The Sisley's, I think, are, you know, different types of finishes. You have a little bit, I have 3 different kind of finishes here. This is sparkly, this is sort of shimmery, and this is satin. I think the Sisley's are also refillable, and they're $60, and there's more shades, and I really like them, and I'm probably gonna pick up all of them because I just think they have beautiful finishes. The Cocoa Balms by Chanel and the Balms by Dior, they have a similar consistency, and they're all very comfortable. The Chanel's, I think I forget how many shades, I put it down below. The Dior's, though, have a lot of shades and have a velvet and matte finish if you're interested. And then if you get into the By Terry's, I really like the way the By Terry's look. I think the By Terry's are incredibly comfortable, and I think they have a great shiny finish, and the hyaluronic acid makes them, you know, easy for me to wear because I have dry lips. They're plumping, but I don't have a tingling feeling, and so I really like the By Terry's. So I'd have to say my personal favorite, personally, is between the Sisley, the By Terry's, and the YSL's. It's close. It's really close. Because the Sisley's, I think you have more options, and depending on what you're looking for, you can get a different look, and they're very comfortable on the lips and really nice. The YSL's give you that really shiny look when you're looking for like a glazed, you know, like a glazed donut kind of look. I really like the formula. I think it looks really nice and it feels really comfortable, and I like that watermelon scent. I just do. So, you know, I really like that. And then the By Terry's are just super comfortable on the lips. They really are. And they feel good, and I really like them. I also think they have a more, they're not as shiny as the YSL's, but they are shiny. They have a pretty look to them. All right, so in comparison, I'm just gonna show you a couple of products that have been out for a little bit longer, so you can see kind of maybe how these compare to your favorites. So first, let's take a look at the Gucci, these are the Glow and Care Shine Lipsticks. There are a number of shades in here, I think 18 shades. They are available on Sephora. They are $42. They have great packaging. I love their packaging. And here's one of my favorite shades. This is Peggy Taupe. It's a very simple taupey shade. I've run out of room here. So this, as you can see, is a very shiny lipstick, and it's very comfortable on the lips. I think it gives you a beautiful shine. It's similar to the YSL Candy Glaze and the Makeup by Mario's. This is my cousin Rachel. And these are like some of my favorite lipsticks. I think they're really pretty. They're, like I said, they are, you know, glowy shine lipsticks. That's how they're described. They have a beautiful shine to them. You can see they mirror. They're not as shiny as the Makeup by Mario's, but they're definitely shiny. And I love the packaging. I think they're beautiful. They're a thinner lipstick, which I know a lot of people don't like because you get, quote, less product, but I like the fact that they fit exactly on the lips. That's just me. And I think the Gucci's, because there's so many different, there's 18 different shades, that, you know, you have a lot of options there. And they're a very pretty shiny lipstick. So I think they resemble, if I were to say the closest, they're probably the closest to the By Terry's in order of finish. Then we have the Rouge Coco Flashes by Chanel. I have Chicness, which is a good neutral. Running out of hand here. But you can see the flashes underneath. These are the balms. The flashes have like a little bit more, they're actually sheerer in a way than the balms. They are shinier than the balms, which I think is interesting. And I also have Lust here. You'll see what I mean. They have like a shinier finish than the balms do. So if you have the flashes are, I mean, they're about the same pigment. They're a little less pigmented than the balms, and they're shinier. Then we have the Dior Glows, and I picked these up actually for this particular video because I wanted to show you. These are coming out, I think, in like different packaging or fillable packaging. But I've always liked these. I've always thought they were really comfortable on the lips. This is Mahogany. Now, the one thing I'll say about these is they don't have a lot of pigment. Let's do it right here. This is Mahogany, which is one of the deeper shades. You can see there's not really much pigment there. But, and this is it right here, but it's, you know, it's very comfortable on the lips, and it's like just a glowy, easy lip product. I used these a lot when I was in school, actually. And then this one is Rose Gold, and this one has more of like a sparkle to it. Can you see that, like sparkle? There's not much shade like the other one, but there's a little bit of sparkle there. So if you have these, if you love these, if you love the Dior Glows, then the one that you're probably going to like the most, because the way the pigment is in these, is either the Hermes, or I would say the Hermes the lip enhancers, because they don't have a ton of pigment, and they're just kind of like a glowy, comfortable balm. They are actually less pigmented than the Hermes, but what I would say is they're also a lot cheaper. The Hermes, as I've mentioned, are $72, and the Dior Lip Glows are $35. So they're half the price. And last but not least, I wanted to mention the Chantecaille. These are the Chantecaille Lip Cheeks. These are the two new shades. Willow's not out yet, but we have Freesia. Let's put it here. Which I think is a beautiful pink. And we have Jasmine. So I just wanted to show you these in comparison because, you know, I have a lot of lip cheeks, and I feel like that is what a lot of these products are actually, I don't want to say copying, because it's not copying. Because these aren't, you know, it's not like you can create a lip balm and no one else can create one. But what I would say is that these types of products, like the lip cheeks and the lip veils that Chantecaille has been doing forever, is what a lot of these look like. They have that kind of finish. They're glowy, they're shiny, there's not too much pigment. I would say they have a similarity to the By Terry's, the Gucci's, the Makeup by Mario's, the YSL Candy Glazes. They have a little bit more shine in them. And also the Sisley Shine lipsticks. So I think it really depends on what kind of finish you want. If you want a balmy finish and you don't want a ton of shine, I would go with the Dior's, the Chanel's, the Hermes lip enhancers from before. I think they have, you know, a balmy finish to them. If you're looking for shine, go with the lipsticks that say shiny. The Hermes, the Sisley are shiny lipsticks. They're similar to the Lip Chics, and I think they're beautiful. If you want something a little bit more, like more of this glazed type look, I think your options are the YSL and the Makeup by Mario. Makeup by Mario is $22, so they are the cheapest, but they do have this warmth. I can still feel it on my lips. It's a warm, tingly feeling. And the YSL have the watermelon scent. But they are definitely the shiniest of the group overall. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. I know it was long. I'm gonna make sure there's timestamps in here so that you can see all the products. If you're only interested in like one particular product, if you're only interested in the YSLs, you can just jump to that. But hopefully this gives you a comparison of all these lip products. I actually would say I like them all. You know, they're all really good for the kind of makeup that I like, which is more of a, not a no makeup look, but you know, not overly done. I love the Chanel Velvet lipsticks, and I love the Lisa Eldridge Velvet lipsticks. I love those formulas, and I think they do an amazing job. But in my day-to-day, I'm just not the kind of person who wears a heavy lipstick. I have friends that are like, that is what they're known for. They wear like a red, thick velvet lipstick, and they look phenomenal, and they wear actually very little makeup besides that. Like, the lip is their thing. That's not really my makeup look. I tend to wear balms and shiny lipsticks and glosses. That's just how I've always been. Part of it because my lips are very dry, and they've always been very dry, so I've just kind of leaned towards that kind of formula. But it's just my aesthetic. It's just my look. So I love all of these products because they fit with that. And I think depending on the look I'm going for, I have different options. Of all the collections, though, I would say I am likely to go back and buy the remaining shades in the By Terry, the remaining shades in the Yves Saint Laurent, and the remaining shades in the Sisley. So that probably tells you which ones are my favorites. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.